Hey guys, welcome back. Hey, a little bit more on the brakes for our top fuel dragster. Since we did the install video, had lots of questions. So I'm gonna go over a couple things, trivia that maybe you took for granted that some folks wanted to know. So here we go. Okay, the brakes calipers themselves, apart from the master and the rotors and everything else, they're an Airheart brake. And Airheart, these are originally manufactured for light aircraft. All right, Cessnas and that kind of thing. They made their jump into the dragster world in the late 50s, early 60s. And at that time, they were kind of the norm for guys to use because they were the hot new thing, especially on like these front engine dragsters and stuff where they don't have any front brakes at all. It's all in the rear, so they needed something. For one, a disc brake. There wasn't a lot of disc brakes in the early 60s. And lightweight, but very reliable and able to, stop a big load at a higher speed without overheating and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So the Dragster guys adopted these Airheart brakes, and there's a couple cool kind of facts on these. The biggest question I got was, what the heck are these things? Now, we know that these are a 4-piston caliper, and this is actually the back side of the piston, which shoves the disc into the rotor. Here's what a disc looks like. All right, round. Here's a backside, so some of them index, some of them don't. And, they go in and stop the vehicle, forward momentum. Now, as you can see, besides, crawling up underneath here or maybe disassembling them, it's pretty hard to find out how much wear you have actually left on your pads. That's what these are. As the pads wear, the piston compresses and to about the thickness of the actual disc. See, that's that little bevel there is just a backing. We don't want to get down that far, but as soon as this disc wears, these go inward into the caliper, and then when these little C-clips actually button up against the caliper, that's when you know it's time for service and to replace the discs. Each one is 4 discs, so 8 total. Both sides work the same way. A top lead system, so very easy to install. They hold pressure very well. These are a manual arm on that master cylinder. So, and it is a single pot master cylinder because there's only one brake system. So hopefully those brakes will never fail you. They're easy to inspect, so we can look for leaks. Physically on the outside, we'd see it dripping down the rotary seat, especially at a top fuel, because the whole car basically gets disassembled between runs. Back in the day, this one for Jeff will get completely disassembled between runs. No, but it'll get a lot of stuff looked at and nut and bolted and. So, really no worries to have there. Now, a couple other things that we got in for the dragster that people were asking about. Let me take a walk over here. And that is our clutch, our beautiful Crower Glide heavy-duty Mamma Jamma clutch that's going to go in this vehicle. And we've had this finally got this for a couple weeks after months of waiting. We got our input shaft the other day. You see that's a custom-made one-piece by Crower. Or actually, this is made by Lenco, sorry. And it's made especially for the transmissions. This is our transmission. It's a single-speed reverser. So it's just got 1-to-1 and reverse. And our input shaft splines in to the front there. Okay. And it's got a nice brass bushing which centers itself on the reverser. And this is also, when you install the clutch, this input shaft is your clutch alignment tool. The front end goes to the pilot bearing in the flywheel. Now the pilot bearing is in the flywheel and not the crank on these motors. Just the way it works. 6-finger clutch. These fingers are all weighted. and that's what determines the amount of clamping force as the RPMs increase. Again, it'll tuning on the clutch. We're going to go over this whole clutch and installation in a video in a couple days, but some of the highlights are, you can see it's the 3-disc, 6-finger clutch. Comes with all the hardware, the nuts and bolts. When you're done, there's a big process to go through to install this, adjust this. Like these screws, once you get everything done and adjusted, you crank down on these screws, you put on your can, and then through the back of the can, you install your input shaft because this does not fit on purpose for safety. Right, and then when it's all done, you go back and install your input shaft and loosen the bolt. There's a whole process, and it's going to be a video that Tony and I were going to be doing in a couple days. But here's some of the cool parts that have arrived, and the only thing left for us that we're waiting on, there's a coupler, a removable coupler that goes from the end of your differential to the back of a reverser. All right, these are some Harley cams. And it's on a slide on a collar. Basically, you slide this collar back when you want to remove the reverser from the vehicle or remove the clutch. And then before the run, you'd slide the collar over this splined output into the other splined input, lock it down with a collar, and that's basically your like drive shaft, if you want to think of it that way. But again, we got more coming on that. So, just another quick video on the Dragster, guys. Look at this thing. Let's see if we can get a real good view of this in its bare naked form until we get it all assembled and the body put back on it. Still waiting on cylinder heads and a few other things, and then we'll get it all installed and dialed in and fire this thing up. It's going to be crazy. So if you want to watch that, make sure you hit the button. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. You're all looking very fantastic today, by the way. And questions, comments, concerns down below. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.